Arne Slot in line for major honour after guiding Liverpool to Premier League glory. Liverpool have won the Premier League, and Arne Slot was the man who guided the club to our 20th league title. Because of this feat, he has quickly captured the hearts of Liverpool supporters, and his efforts at Anfield are already confirmed to never be forgotten. We've also seen a new song being christened in honour of the Dutchman who has managed to bring a league title to Merseyside so quickly. It's not just Reds who have been won over by the successes of our boss, though, with the Premier League also clearly being impressed. As reported on LiverpoolFC.com, Arne Slot has been shortlisted for the Premier League's Manager of the Month award for April. In a month where such a mammoth achievement was secured, this would surely be a fitting way to mark the biggest achievement in the league. It would have been so easy to try and get the biggest names in coaching to take over from Jurgen Klopp last summer, but those in charge of our recruitment were more astute with their decision-making. Rather than trying to change too much within the club, the main criteria was trying to find someone who can continue the work that we had seen before. As Ruud Gullit described it, someone who fit the DNA of the club as a whole and could seamlessly adapt to our way of play. Arne Slot was that man, and we've seen such instant success that it's hard not to be excited about the future, and we're not just talking about lifting the trophy and the parade to follow. Offer in the works. Liverpool would be able to afford midfield metronome who Slot craves. According to reports from Spain, Liverpool are readying an offer for one player who Arne Slot would dearly love to have at Anfield, and he's likely to be affordable for the Reds. Although Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister have formed an imperious partnership at the base of midfield, both Paul Scholes and Jamie Carragher believe that the Premier League champions need additional depth for that duo in case of a lengthy injury. Their options in that part of the squad could be boosted from within if, as some journalists have hinted, Stefan Bajcetic makes the most of the opportunities he's set to be afforded in pre-season, although they also appear to be on the lookout for recruits from elsewhere. Liverpool preparing offer for Angelo Stiller on Thursday afternoon. Spanish outlet Fixtures reported that Liverpool are prepared to offer 60 million, 51 million, for Stuttgart midfielder Angelo Stiller, with Slot and the Reds recruitment staff viewing him as an ideal candidate to add balance and clarity in that area of the pitch. The aforementioned figure is considered to be manageable for the Merseyside Giants and could yet sway the Bundesliga outfit, who are understandably reluctant to sell. The LFC head coach has expressed his enthusiasm to the board about the prospect of adding the 24-year-old to the Premier League winners' squad. What qualities could Stiller bring to Liverpool? Even though Stiller's release clause at Stuttgart is reportedly a modest 36 million, 30.2 meter, according to Bundesliga insider Christian Falk, it doesn't come into effect until next year. In any case, it appears that Die Schwaben won't countenance selling him unless a substantially higher amount is offered. While the 24-year-old plays primarily as a defensive midfielder, he's much more of a creator than a destroyer, as evidenced by statistics from FBref, comparing him with positional peers in Europe's 5 main leagues over the past 12 months. In that time, the German ranks among the top 3% of midfielders for passes attempted and progressive passes made per 90 minutes. Additionally, he's in the top 9% for shot-creating actions per game, 3.88, and the top 11% for assists per match, 0.2, while he actually ranks quite lowly for defensive metrics such as tackles and interceptions. Stiller could bring some useful qualities to Liverpool's midfield, but the question for Slot and Richard Hughes to answer is whether his reported asking price of 51 million would represent a smart investment when analysing his pros and cons, and when considering the other transfer business that the Reds will be seeking to pull off. If these reports are true, though, we can surely assume that the Anfield power brokers have done their due diligence on the 24-year-old and won't be putting any offers on the table unless they're convinced he's the right man to help take LFC to the next level. Sky reporter drops Tsimikas' claim as Liverpool gear up for transfer window. At no point since arriving at Liverpool in 2020 has Kostas Tsimikas been a fixed starter for the Reds, but barring a drastic and unforeseen turn of events, he seems assured of cult hero status among Kopites for years to come. The Greek Scouser has made no secret of his love for the club and the city, and he wrote his name into Anfield folklore by scoring the penalty which secured victory in the 2022 FA Cup final against Chelsea. However, after 5 years of playing second fiddle to Andy Robertson, the 28-year-old's future has come under the spotlight ahead of the summer transfer window, particularly with the abundance of rumours surrounding prospective left-back additions, most notably Milos Kerkez. Tsimikas expected to be moved on by Liverpool this summer. Lyle Thomas, news editor with Sky Sports News, has shared a comprehensive update on Liverpool's plans for incomings and outgoings from when the market opens in a month's time to when it shuts at the end of August for the remainder of the year. The journalist mentions that the Anfield hierarchy are seeking a new left-back who can initially share the workload with Robertson before eventually succeeding the long-serving Scot as a fixed starter. Bournemouth defender Kerkez is cited as someone who LFC particularly like in that position, with Anthony Robinson and Rayan Ait-Nouri also name-checked as the type of attacking left-backs Liverpool are looking for. If Tsimikas goes this summer, he'd do so as a fan's favourite. The Greece international has never reached double figures for Premier League starts in any of his 5 seasons at Liverpool, and he'd need 3 from the next 4 games if he's to break that unenviable sequence. Who scored? Even with Robertson's performances coming in for voluble criticism at times over the past few months, his understudy hasn't been able to nail down a starting berth under Arne Slot, who, like Jurgen Klopp, has demonstrably regarded him as the Scotland captain's backup. Tsimikas will turn 29 in the next fortnight and couldn't be blamed for wanting a fresh challenge at this stage in his career after half a decade on the fringes at Anfield. But to his credit, there haven't been any public come-and-get-me pleas from him. If Liverpool were to sign a new left-back in the summer, especially a much younger alternative such as Kerkez, then it seems quite plausible that the Reds number 21 could move on to pastures new given the increased competition for a place in the starting 11. Should that happen, the Greek Scouser would depart with his head held high, and the affection of the Kop, who'd undoubtedly give him a rousing reception whenever he returns to L4 after he's left the club Tottenham step-up bid to sign outstanding Dutch striker for Postecoglou Tottenham Hotspur, have upped their interest in promising Feyenoord striker Zepikano Redmond, according to insider the Boy Hotspur. The Lily Whites are reportedly looking to advance in the race to sign the 18-year-old ahead of several European clubs, including AC Milan, Napoli, Bournemouth and Brighton. Redmond's versatility, as he is able to play anywhere across the front line,